Well, I don't say I'm going to write a song or anything. I just sit down at the piano and I play a few Fats Domino tunes. Um, Maybe, I don't know, and a few other songs that I like, you know. And then just enjoy myself, you know. And then I'll really get carried away. And then out of the blue, I'll hit upon a little tune, you know. The melody dictates how the words will go. The reason the melody comes first is the melody is inspirational. Lyrics are not, you know, at least they're not with me. This is where I do most of my writing. As you can see, ideas on the walls and things. These are mostly song ideas, maybe titles or half a verse or something. But they're always there in case I want to use them. Also, things like this. This is a folder actually when I first started writing in the shed in my mum's garden. And it contains songs which I started writing then. They're all unfinished. And I didn't have a tape recorder then, so I used to have to write the melodies down note by note. And I'd go back to play it maybe a week later. I wouldn't remember a thing or the sequence of how it went. But that's how I write. And all these are songs. Every single one of these are all songs of some description. And I'll probably use them when I run out, maybe one day. The procedure for lyrics with me is writing maybe 4 or 5, 6 verses and 2 or 3 middle eights, which to me are all as good, you know, because when I get involved in lyrics, I can come up with so many ideas that it's a shame just to have one. I love to have good variations, and then Gordon will pick it, you know. I mean, the thing is, I'm happy with say, if there's 2 middle eights, I'm happy with both of them. And Gordon will say, well, that one, for just maybe the tiniest of reasons, you know. But he's right. Gordon is my manager, and he produces my records as well. He's had an awful influence on me because he was the very first person to say, change that. And the very first person that I actually did it for. This is the piano I usually write on. Again, stacks of paper with. And the procedure is always just to play the piano. Just get a melody first. And then if I get a good idea, I turn the tape on, like so, and just play away. It's strange, the way I started. I knew blues, a bit of blues, but I didn't know what I was playing in terms of keys. This guy Rick, he taught me to play a blues, sort of Bill Black type, or Bill Doggett thing, chunky little thing. So but I didn't know. I knew what I was able to play the thing, but I didn't know whether it was in C or whether it was in G or F or diminished 9th or 10th, whatever. But the way I wrote a song, like the first time I discovered a minor chord, it's unbelievable. It got me right here, a minor, and I wrote a song called Come On Home. Then 7th, I wrote a song called Don't Dictate to Me. That was the first time I discovered a 7th. I didn't know it was a 7th, but I know now, but I didn't know then. And I didn't know what a minor chord was, but it just sounded great. And so that's the way it's gone on since then. That's why my chords are so weird. I love pianos very, very loud. Eventually we'll make records, I hope, with just piano and drums. Because I've never heard a piano yet very loud. Because I play the piano like I play drums. But the fact that I play drums, and so it's all like this, you know. It's like a drum solo every time I play the thing. And it's rhythmic. Most piano players, Laura Naro, any people like that, current writers even, Carole King, their piano playing is basically the way you'd play a piano anyway. It's nice, you know. But I have this thumb. In other words, I don't really need drums there. I keep the rhythm all the time. Most of the records in the room, well, all of them in fact, are a reflection of my taste and what I usually play. Like in this corner, it's the musicals. And of course the Rodgers and Hart and the Cole Porter, which I picked up in a second-hand shop. I mean, that was really the turning point, because since then I've gone back. And that's the one I last bought, which of course is Shirley Temple's greatest hits. But it's a knockout LP, melody-wise. And this section is mostly what I play. It's strange, actually, out of all the Beatle LPs, the one I play the most is not Sgt. Pepper, strange enough, but it's the first two. Please Please Me and With the Beatles, they're great. The rest, there's a few gems like this Fats Domino, Carry On Rockin'. I mean, this is years old. In fact, it would probably be very hard to get hold of now. And the reason they're scattered around the floor is because, well, if I just sit here watching a television and I want to play a record, I can just look. And it's quite funny because I was going to get a housekeeper, but I daren't get a housekeeper with these here because I have them all set out. It looks a mess, but the amazing thing is they're all set that way. And if anybody was to move one LP, I'd know. I carpet's never been cleaned since we moved in. But when I first had Permissive Twit, it was a nice melody, quite Irish in style. And I played it to Gordon. He said, "Oh, it's a lovely melody." He said, "You've got to put some really nice words to that." This was before I'd even wrote the lyrics. And he said, "I can imagine a nice sort of boy meets girl type lyric, a nice love lyric." And I said, "Okay." So I go away. A few weeks later, I come back. When he heard the lyrics, Permissive Twit, he hit the roof to start with. He thought it was a little bit criminal because it was such a nice melody to put such blunt, coarse lyrics to it. But in the end, he agreed. And which is a point about that I do quite a lot, actually, as regards I get some nice melodies that I'll put the most ridiculous lyrics to. A really sad little melody that is so obvious in lyrical content, yet I go the exact opposite.